This is another of my vintage cards.
This is day 3 of And Ornament a Day. Once again we had issues filming, but I really want to showcase this finish. It is mounted on a canning ring and backed with rickrack. If you need clarification on this part, please get in touch.
With this, let's see, I think I'll use one of these. First step is to outline the ornament. Caveat number 1. When you are outlining, always do it from the back, because very, very, very often the pen will slip, and I have ruined several gorgeous cards with a pen mark slashing across the front of the picture in a very inopportune place. So you will save yourself a whole lot of heartache if you remember that when you are outlining. And this is very skinny cardboard, so I will probably have to build this up. It's very hard for me to get skinny trims. I save this type of thing because very often I need to build up, and rather than have a whole solid piece of cardboard under there, I will cut in strips and then just mount it onto that. It makes the ornaments a little bit lighter, and they are still just as strong and just as solid. And then the only other thing is figuring out which way I cut it. There we go. And I sometimes do not cut evenly. Sometimes I have to trim it up a little bit. You know, you can do that after you glue it down. This is a pretty forgiving process. I always glue with the glue tip down on, and I try to get out to the edges. You don't want so much glue that it comes out the sides on you, and you don't want big globs of glue because it can soak through, especially if you have a thin card, can soak through and bubble up your ornament. You can always go along with your finger and rub it out. You're one of those people that doesn't like getting your fingers messy. You probably aren't going to want to do my type of cards. I don't like to use dry tape because that lets loose after a while. So I will take this opportunity to show you how I build these up. Okay, I just cut these little guys, and you need to have something in the middle just in case, so it does not collapse on you. And then I just will go along. That's probably more than you need, but you at least need something in every corner. This is a little bit bigger, so I'm putting more on there than I normally would. Okay, we have that down there. The next step is to take another piece of cardboard. And it doesn't really matter if you put it on that side or that side. You're going to have another piece. You're going to have a decorative paper on the back. So another thing that I do, say I've got a big square like that cut out. Maybe the next ornament, I don't have quite a big enough piece. I will take a square out of here and a square out of here and put them together. It doesn't matter, especially on the back. If you've got a seam on it, it's not going to show once you get the backing on it. Okay. No idea how long these are going to take. Let me know if you think they are too long, and maybe I can do some speeding up in the middle where there's repetitive things, or some pre-prepping or that kind of thing, so that you're not bored senseless watching the whole thing. According to my AI coach, my videos are too long. So I'm working, I get a lot more views on shorts than I do my long videos, but I don't think I can do these as shorts. There's too many steps. But I would like to be able to have them like under 10 minutes, which is why I'm only doing one a day. I don't really pay attention when I'm working away on my own how long it takes me, but okay, is that right? As you see, I just put glue on my little shims, or whatever you want to call them. And that gave me about 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to have to trim this up a little bit because it's a little bit bigger than the top piece, which is pretty common. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be neat. Trim hides a lot of flaws. Backing paper hides seams. Almost everything is covered, so you don't have to be super anal about it. The biggest thing is not getting stray glue, not putting so much glue that it soaks through your trim or your paper. Okay, we have got it mounted. Next step. I think I will use this one. One of the things I very often forget to do is to put the hang on before. I like to put it between the cardboard piece. but I do not always remember to do that. I have gotten to where I can do it fairly neatly